Hello and welcome to Chaotic Riffs TV news update number 16. Well, it's been about a week since we did one of these news updates. Been very busy, as you guys can see. Well, our latest thing to go up that just premiered just today was our latest episode of our new show, Chaotic Riffs TV Special Editions. What is Chaotic Riffs Special Editions? Well, each month we're going to do one episode of this new show special edition. What it is I'll have a guest or two on, and we could be talking about any number of subjects. And I thought this would be a fun thing to do, having some of our old friends, having some new friends come on and talk about some different topics. Now, for episode one, we had Mike Wilkerson and Ben Hicks, who we've interviewed before, come on and talk about, since Halloween was right around the corner at that time, we each picked our top 5 horror movies of all time. That was really fun. Now, for episode 2, like I said, I just posted today, I talked to Don Lennon, a guitarist from the band Don. Now, many of you know Donnie by his previous name, Donnie Watros, but he's going by Don Lennon now, and he changed the name. So Don came out, and since he's an instrumental guitarist, I thought it'd be fun for me and him to create a top 5 list of our favorite instrumental songs. So we had real fun doing that. We talked a little bit about his new album, Monumentum, and he tells you how you can get your hands on the new album. So check that out. Again, episode 2 just went up today, and you're going to be a brand new episode, a special edition coming early December. And I can't tell you just yet what we'll be talking about because we're kind of working on ideas for the next episode, but you'll definitely want to check out episode 2 of special editions. It was really fun. I've had fun doing these first 2 episodes, and I think like everything we've done to date, the more of these episodes we do, it's going to be more and more fun because I think, especially for this new special edition show, again, you're going to tune in and not know exactly who the guest's going to be until you tune in. You're not going to exactly know what we're talking about until the episode premiere, and I think it'll be that much fun for you guys to check out. So also, I want you guys to check out the latest episode of Firerock's video premiere show. Now, we had drummer Chris Rubel come on of the Fast Brothers and talk about the band's video for Honey Mercy Please. Great song, great video. And so this is like the 4th episode of these video premiere shows we've featured so far. And Chris came on, talked about the Fast Brothers' latest single and the video. And what it is first, you'll notice each of these episodes, the episode starts with the playing the music video before you even see any of the guests or any of the hosts come on, So we premiere each of these episodes with the video premiere. And then after you get a chance to watch the video, then we do a 15-minute interview segment with somebody from the band, and they talk about the making of the video. And we know a lot of you guys are real busy and you don't have time to tune in. So again, the interview segment is each of these episodes is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what they have to say about the video. And so tune in for that. And I got to congratulate the Fast Brothers because my This Is Metal co-host, Tom Collier, who's also the president of Firerock Music Group, reported to me that the Fast Brothers released their debut album on November 8th, and the album is already sold out. So congratulations to those guys on release day. They sold out. Way to go, guys. And of course, I know you guys want to know what is going on with the This Is Metal show. Well, I will tell you guys, go and check out our latest episode. Our latest episode was a fun episode. It featured Zero King, Andy Howe, and A&R guy Mike Wilkerson. Now, we've had both Andy and Mike Wilkerson on before. We've interviewed them many times. Actually, I've interviewed Mike Wilkerson about 2 or 3 times now to date. Andy Howe was previously a guest on the This Is Metal show, but actually, it's been a while since we had Andy on. And Andy, I believe, was the second guest we had when Tom came on as the new co-host for the This Is Metal show. And the reason we had Andy and Mike Wilkerson come on together, of course, Mike Wilkerson, Tom, and Andy are all pretty good friends, and they talked a lot over the internet, but they never really met until they all met up at a Metal Allegiance concert, and they shared me. It was great fun finally getting to for the three of them to meet together, meet in person, and so I thought it'd be fun to have the guys come on and talk about that, and they did. Now, I should let you guys know before you tune into the episode that Andy and Mike are both part of that. Unfortunately, Andy was doing the interview from his car, it was being done over Zoom, and that's fine because that's what makes these Zoom interviews so much fun is each one kind of got a personality of its own, depending on where the person's coming from. And the problem is not so much that Andy was coming from his car, but we lost him. We lost him after a few seconds. He was having internet issues. So that's what happened with Andy. In case you tune into the latest episode and watch that, wondering why what happened to Andy? Why didn't he come back? He lost his internet connection and he was unable to get back. Now I promise you guys, we're of course going to have our good friend Andy come back on a future show. But that's kind of what happened with that. Now also, just last week. Now this was a ton of fun, you guys. You may remember that. We did a great Jack Russell tribute show, and we had Terry Llouis and drummer Ken Mary come on, and they were sharing their memories of Jack Russell and talked about what it was like working with Jack, and they really just got in deep and talked about their love for Jack Russell and what their friendship with him like, and it was really a unique interview. First of all, Ken Mary, many of you know, throughout his career, he's currently like the drummer for Flotsam and Jetsam. He's played with Alice Cooper and House of Lords over the years. And Ken talked about some of that during the interview. And of course, Ken Mary played with Jack Russell and Jack Russell's Great White. So that's why we invited him and Terry to come along. Now, Terry Llouis, interestingly enough, is the very man who replaced Jack Russell in Great White. And so you might think, oh, maybe there's some animosity between those two. Not at all. In fact, Jack Russell and Terry Llouis became such great pals, such good friends, that they eventually recorded a music video of the song they recorded together, a great cover of Tom Petty's I Won't Back Down. I urge you guys to go on YouTube and search that video. Jack Russell and Terry Llouis, I Won't Back Down. Cool video. And Terry shared with us the making of the video and how that opportunity for that came about. And Terry just had nothing but kind things to say about Jack. And again, we had both these guys on because I knew how close they were with Jack, and especially Terry. And both guys had such great things to say about Jack. Now, as I said, that was part one of our Jack Russell tribute. You can go on our YouTube and seek that out. Also, though, originally when we put that show together, I'd invite some other guys to come on that also played with Jack and knew Jack. But we were originally supposed to also have Robby Lochner and Tony Montana come on that episode. But things came up that made it impossible for those two guys to come on the episode with Terry and Ken. So I told him, we still want to have you guys come on. Why don't you, Robby, and Tony do an episode together? So we definitely are going to have a part two. In fact, part two was recorded just last week, and it's going to premiere, get this, folks, on Tuesday, November 12th. That's tomorrow, folks. And so this week, that will be going up. And once that premieres, you'll be able to check out part one and part two, our Jack Russell tribute. I cannot wait for that. I can tell you, Robby Lochner, he was Jack's right-hand man in Jack Russell's Great White. He wrote a lot of the songs with him. Tony Montana, of course, knew Jack a little longer than Robby, but he was equally, they were both equally as important in Jack's life. Jack Russell mentions Tony Montana throughout his book because Tony Montana actually first played with Jack Russell and the other Great White Band. And so we talked to these guys about their memories of Jack. And just like in part one of the Jack Russell tribute show we did, Tony and Robby told some great stories. So you guys got to tune in for that. I mean, Okay, that just so I just that was one of the things of all the episodes I've done with Tom of the This Is Metal show. The Jack Russell tribute episodes have been really kind of really special episodes. And I got to tell you guys, I think I shared this before. I never met Jack Russell, never knew the man personally. I had the chance to interview him twice over the phone. And here's the thing that was very clear to me both times. Jack Russell, forget about being a great singer and a great frontman, great entertainer. He was just a great human being all around. And anybody that I've ever talked to about Jack, they've never had anything but kind things to say about him. And so just tune in for that, to folks, because these Jack Russell episodes were just super, super, super. And it came out even better than I thought they would. Another thing you're going to want to check out is our latest episode of the Big Bang Review Show. Of course, just to remind you guys, the Big Bang Review Show is our review show. You know, years ago when the site first started, I used to write up CD reviews. And you got to have a knack for doing it. And I do, but the Big Bang Review Show, the fact that it's a video show, again, we know you guys don't have a lot of time. So what we do is each these Big Bang Review shows, we break it up into like, there's usually four parts to an episode. So you tune into part one, and we'll be talking about a different aspect of whatever we're reviewing now. For example, in the latest episode, we talked about the new Bon Jovi album that came out earlier this year, Forever. And so we break it down. I do, there's four parts to the episode. Each one, we talk about a different aspect of the album, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And by the end of the episode, we come up with a score for the album. And that way, what's fun about this is some of the stuff's going to get like really a great score. Some going to get mediocre. It just kind of depends on what it is. For example, as you will see when you tune into episode 5, parts 1 through 4 that are currently up, the whole episode is up for you to go watch. I gave it a pretty good score, and you'll see why. We break it down and explain why. But I wasn't too crazy about the album cover. So you'll see, I think I gave it like the album cover. It really didn't wow me. So I gave that like a 5. Everything else got like a 25. And you'll see how we score the album. So keep that in mind. We're getting ready to film part 1 of episode 6 of the Big Bang Review Show. That should be going up later this week. But before it does, I want you guys to be sure to tune in to episode 5. You can check out all 4 parts. Great, great, great. Finally, we just posted episode 71 of Gar Borras' Time Machine. As you all know, Gar Borras' Time Machine is our pop culture here at Chaotic Riffs TV. I do that with my great pal, Gar Borras. Yes, his name is in the show, and there's a reason for that. He plays in this great Guns N' Roses tribute band, Appetite, the number 4, Appetite for Destruction, the premier Los Angeles-based Guns N' Roses tribute. Gar plays the role of Gar, and him and the rest of the band kick ass. I tell you, I've seen Gar perform in concert. Close your eyes, and you'll swear it's Axl Rose 1987 all over again. Yes, he plays Welcome to the Jungle, all our favorite Guns N' Roses hits. So you ever get a chance to see Appetite for Destruction, you want to do that. Talking about our current episode, though, we talked about the classic horror movie. I believe it was from 1933, The Wolfman. Oh man, what a fun episode that was! And we talked about those things we talked about during the episode. I urge you guys to check out is the makeup and all that went into transforming Lon Chaney Jr. From a regular man to the Wolfman. It took, from what we were able to research, like 3 hours to get him made up, and oftentimes he would have to stay made up and sit by himself, like in a room, while everybody else broke for lunch, and then it'd take like maybe another 6 hours to remove it. I tell you, just crazy stuff. But this, when the movie was made, it was like back in the day when special effects, they were just learning how to do all that stuff. So we had fun looking back on this. And why are we looking back on horror movies and stuff like that? Well, let me tell you, this this time of year, Gar and me, it's our favorite time of year. What we do, like usually from October to the end of December, we do these holiday themed shows. And I love doing some of the Christmas stuff. Um, just last weekend, hasn't premiered yet because it's going to go up on November 16th, which is this coming Saturday. We did a great episode. This was a one handpicked by Gar Borras himself. He said, let's do an episode, Jason, on the 1963 Alfred Hitchcock classic horror movie, The Birds. So you have that to look forward to. Next weekend. Episode 72 will be going up. Check it out, my friends. Take care. We'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.